and in this video I'm going to show you how to test your website to make sure that it is responsive. And responsive basically means that it's going to look good on pretty much any display. So whatever the resolution, if you're on a large screen, like I'm on basically a 2-foot wide desktop display, or if you're on a tablet, a smartphone, or whatever you've got, then the website should still look good. And one really easy way to do it is by opening up the website in a browser on your computer or on your tablet or smartphone. If you're on your computer, you can then just resize the browser window. So you can see here, if I resize this, you can see when I get it to slightly smaller, then I get a hamburger menu. That's what this is called over here. And that's going to have my menu in it. And you can see that things kind of move around a little bit. So when I get it smaller so that it would cover that image, the little section right there moves down below. And you can see that it was, if I make it bigger again, it was 3 columns here. And then when I resize the browser, you can see it's now 1 column. So that's one way to check to make sure that your website is using responsive design. That's probably the easiest way. Another way to do it is to just check it on a bunch of different devices. So check it on your computer, check it on your smartphone, check it on your friend's smartphone, check it on your family's smartphones and tablets and as many devices as you can. Now, another thing you can do is use Google's mobile friendly test. And you can get to that by going to search.google.com/test/mobile-friendly. And then you just paste the URL of the website that you want to test in there. So we're going to test pongos.com. Click on test URL. And it can take a minute. It's going to fetch the website and it's going to check it to make sure using its bot. It's going to make sure that it is mobile friendly and that it's going to display well on a mobile device. And it's going to check to make sure that the buttons aren't too tiny and the fonts aren't too small and things like that. So let's see what it gives me. But while it's doing that, I'm going to come back to it. I'm going to hop over here to another browser window where I have BrowserStack open. And BrowserStack is a paid service. You can get to it at browserstack.com. It is paid. I am currently in a trial account for this. And you can use BrowserStack to test your website on a variety of different devices and operating systems and browsers. So you can see here, I've got iOS, I've got Android, I've got Windows, and I've got Mac. So I could check the browser on iOS, on an iPhone, and I can see what it looks like on an iPhone 13 in Safari. So we're going to load that up, and it takes a second to start. It's got to boot the phone. There we go. And let me see if it'll let me open the browser. There we go. So I'm just clicking on there. Click go. And there it is. There is my website. So I can, it doesn't really let me swipe because I'm not using my finger, I'm using a mouse, but this is what it would look like on that display. And I can go back. Let's see if I can get back here. So I can check it on an Android device and see what I'm going to get on different devices. So you want to check it on a variety of devices when you're doing that. Now let me go back to the mobile friendly test. It says it's not available. Let me try it again. It should be available. Sometimes this happens, but it's not an issue with the website. Sometimes it's a network issue or something. Hopefully my website's not down. It was just up, as we can see over here. It is available. So let's get this to test. And here we go. So the page is usable on mobile. And then you can click on View Tested Page to actually see the code for the page, but you can also see a screenshot of what it's seeing on the page. And it looks pretty much like what we looked at before on my BrowserStack. So anyway, those are just 3 options that you've got. Well, 4 options, I guess, if you're testing it on a variety of browsers. But you've got a few options when it comes to checking to make sure that your website is responsive, that it's going to look good on a variety of different browsers and screen resolutions. So just make sure that your website does look good on all of those. And I do recommend checking usability of it. So if you're using something like BrowserStack and you're checking on different devices, make sure that the buttons are large enough to click and that the links aren't too close together when you're doing that. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.